Hey, yo, what's the deal? Man, it's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this recording right now, it is 10:06 p.m. You know what I mean? April 5th. 2025. Let me walk up. You know what I mean? I got these white people behind me. You know what I mean? I'm in the hood side. You know what I mean? I'm on Myrtle. I'm on the hood side of fucking Fort Greene. You know what I mean? I'm like where the projects is at and shit, you know? Um... So I definitely have not done this kind of video in a while, but fuck it. You know, better late than never, right? Better late than never. So wrestlers that are, to me definitely ahead of their time, especially with this name. I mean, how the fuck do I not put this guy's name at the top of the list? I mean, god damn, yo. Roddy Piper is one of my faves, yo. He's one of my favorites ever. Without a shadow of a doubt. It wasn't because of the wrestling ability that he had. You know what I mean? He could wrestle, don't get me wrong. But the way how this motherfucker used to cut promos and the way how, the way how he blurred the lines. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was something always about Roddy Piper that makes you, the controversy that he does, even like in today's day and age, you know what I mean? Like you put someone like Roddy Piper in today's day and age, being like, he'd be that much more controversial, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like Roddy Piper is a guy who, he didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like his promo ability and everything, he was just fucking great. You know what I mean? Roddy Piper, there's a reason why WWE brought him back, like in the 2000s after the WCW run. Because of the shit that he can do. And like I said, like wrestling wise, he was not the best wrestler, of course. We know that, right? I mean, he was decent. He wasn't corny. Absolutely not. He definitely was not corny. Without a shadow of a doubt. He definitely was not a corny wrestler. But the promo ability, he was hands down one of the best, without a shadow of a fucking doubt. The shit that he does and the shit that he said, the shit that he says, I mean, like I said, it can fit into any fucking decade. You know what I mean? People like, and now I see why CM Punk, loves Roddy Piper. Now I see why. People like Ronda Rousey, but I'm talking about more of, like the character aesthetics. Now I see why Punk loves, now I see why, his favorite wrestlers is Randy Savage and Roddy Piper. I see why. Because the way how they know how to, command an audience. And with the shit that, especially with Piper, with the shit that he says. I mean, should I go any further? I mean, remember the blackface, the blackface promo that Piper did? Remember when he hit fucking Jimmy Snuka with the coconuts? Remember that? I mean, I could go on and on and on with Piper, That's how fucking great he was. There will never be another person like Roddy Piper ever again, in this business, ever. And I said this before, and I'm going to say this again. There are a lot of people. You know who I'll put up there too? Fuck it. I'll even throw in MJF. Because, again, with the shit that, the way how he cut promos, like he really, really, really made you, believe that his shit was real. He knew how to blur lines possibly better than anybody else, period, in this fucking business. Without a shadow of a doubt. He should have been WWE champion. No doubt about it. He should have been WWE champion. He was IC champion, but he should have been WWE champion. That's how great he was. His WCW run was okay. But again, his promo work, fucking excellent. And then, of course, you know, the Piper's Pit. I mean, like I said earlier, the shit with the fucking with Jimmy Snuka with the coconuts. You know, he was that good. He was that good, B. Piper was one of a kind, seriously. And, he definitely was ahead of his time. Because, again, there was nobody else at that time, especially in the fucking 80s, that was doing the shit that Piper was doing. Shit, I'll even go even further, right? The shit with him and Mr. T. Speaking of the 80s, hold on, let me I'm gonna go off a topic because there was something that I seen today that was in my feels. That got my feels. I was a fan of the Facts of Life growing up. You know what I mean? And today I found out that the one who played Joe, Nancy McKinnon, she's almost 60. I'm like, oh man, damn, motherfucker feel old, B. She just hit. She turned 59. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, like that got me in my feels. But anyway, I used to love the Facts of Life. But anyway, going back to the thing, Piper, like there was nobody like Piper. There was nobody at that time like Roddy Piper. Nobody. And mind, he tried to get into acting and stuff too. If anything, not only he was ahead of his time, but also I think he's hands down one of the most underappreciated, characters, or he's one of the most underappreciated acts in pro wrestling history. Forget characters, an act, period. Then he tried to get into acting and stuff, and he also was in TNA. A lot of people seem to forget that. But again, longevity wise, like with his promo delivery and the way how he can, bring a crowd, especially a wrestler, because that's another thing too I love about Roddy Piper. He was unpredictable. The man was unpredictable. You know what I mean? And that Canadian motherfucker, and a lot of people don't realize that he's Canadian. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking Canadian. Like he built himself from Scotland, but he's fucking Canadian. He's related to Bret Hart. You know what I mean? He's also a member of the Hart, a graduate of the Hart Dungeon. I mean, the Stu Hart's Dungeon is shit. But yeah, Roddy Piper was the shit. Like that dude was beyond ahead of his time, yo. Beyond ahead of his fucking time. And anyone who you see cut promos that can blur the lines, right? He was the inventor of that shit. And like I said, like there will never ever be another wrestler like Roddy Piper ever again. Ever. His name still rings bells. You know what I mean? Imagine this motherfucker had a podcast of his own in 2025. Oh, forget about it. Forget about it. Like, all the shit that he would say, especially imagine what he thought about AEW. Imagine if he was alive, what he would think about AEW. Imagine that shit. You know what I mean? The sickles that have a fucking mental conniption in their feelings with the shit that Roddy Piper says. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. But anyway, I'm about to be out, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to head to the crib. You know what I mean? I'm about to go play some games. I'm not watching fucking Collision. Collision can suck these nuts. I'm not watching no fucking AEW Collision. And I know they got a pay-per-view coming out tomorrow. Dynasty. Like, fuck that bullshit. You know what I mean? I ain't watching that garbage shit. You know what I mean? I'll hear about it. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it. It is what it is. I'm about to be out, guys. I'm going to check y'all mañana because I got some discussions I'm going to definitely talk about. So I'm going to check y'all.